Would I be the asshole for asking my girlfriend to shave her cha-cha?
Cha-cha.
So here we go. 8 months ago, I started dating this lovely, lovely girl, and we've been going super strong since. We've been on vacation and met each other's parents and are genuinely just very happy in each other's presence. The only problem on my side of the relationship is that she doesn't shave or groom her down under region. She actually doesn't shave at all, which I'm cool with, but for whatever reason, pubic hair turns me off. I don't want her to think that I'm not sexually attracted to her, but I would just be more so if she did shave. I guess for context, I manscape every 2 to 3 weeks, so my George W. is under control.
Why does it sound like it's a news reporter trying to be super
funny,
vague, and
also what the is a George W? I've never heard a guy call his a George W. Since when? So he goes on to say, and I wouldn't be asking her to do anything I don't do. And I also think just simple maintenance would probably do it for me. I don't want to offend her, and maybe she has a reason for it. She's definitely a bit of a hipster, so I would say that it kind of fits her aesthetic. So I guess, is there a way for me to ask her such a personal question without coming off as an asshole?
If I think about myself in this situation, I can feel how it would be a sensitive subject to approach.
It is. It definitely is. Body hair choices are very personal to the person. So asking them like, hey, I don't like your body hair. Can you shave it for me?
Yeah.
It's it's an aggressive topic to bring up.
Well, and I would be curious about ways to bring it up that might be a little more sensitive to the situation. But how do you tell someone, hey, I'm not really attracted to this, and I know that this might be something you prefer? It's just it's a weird subject.
Well, and I think the way to bring it up too is just, there's a lot of reasons for not shaving. I think ingrown hairs are one of them. Like for me, I just got waxed because I get really bad ingrown hairs whenever I shave. And I think a lot of women, there's also like a tip where if you get really bad ingrown hairs, but you just want to like trim up everything, you shave in the direction the hair grows.
Yes, but
so you're not shaving against it, going like super low in the follicle. You shave in the direction it grows. So that helps. But maybe that doesn't for her. So there's so many reasons she could choose to not shave. I think the easiest way is just be like, hey, I have this personal preference. I'm kind of realizing this now that we're getting more serious. I prefer more trimmed. But if this is something you're really into, I'm not going to try to change you. I'm just curious if there's, a reason you don't shave.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Because then there's other options.
Well, I almost feel like right after you said that, I almost feel like she's going to be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm down with that. A part of me feels like that might be the case, but
there's always the flip side.
Yeah. You almost, when you're in a relationship like that, you have more sympathy to just learn to be okay with it. I think that's a situation in which it will not turn into a big detrimental thing to the relationship. Mm-hmm. There is something like that. Or even if that's how she prefers it.
But maybe it could though. Because what if it comes to like oral sex? It's like if you're not into a full body hair down there, like oral sex then becomes, you're not going to want to do that. You're not going to be interested.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like, it's a conversation to have, like see where she lines up. The overall vote on this thread was actually asshole, which based on his post, like, I don't think it's an asshole at all to like.
I think he was being very sensitive to it.
Yeah, I think his comments were a little weird. I think he was trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Top comment: if you do talk to her, for the love of God, don't say cha-cha.
Truth.
And OP comments back, I was just trying to be funny in order to get more engagement, but now I feel like a proper wanker.
Yeah. Well, that's what the whole post feels like.
Yeah.
Is just to play into the Reddit, right?
Yeah, but like everyone like was like, you're the asshole, and I'm like, I don't think you're the asshole. Like I truly think like not the asshole at all. Like have the conversation, because if it's obviously intimacy and sexual relations are really important in relationships, and if you're not lining up on that, like you're not going to, unless You can communicate what you like, what your needs are. And sometimes even when you do communicate that, it doesn't work. So communicate it first to see if you can line up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the way he approached it was very mature and respectful. I get the playing into the Reddit, whatever it is.
He's trying to be funny.
Yeah, and just to try it.
George W., I still don't get.
No, but I do think he is genuinely looking for real answers to say,
sure.
How can I approach this? Which I think you had a really great response for.
I really feel for Cha Cha Boy here. I'm like, I understand because I think maybe some of us have been there. And if you haven't, it's just with a bush or it's a different thing. It's not my personal preference. We'll put it that way. You should be able to talk to your partner about your preferences and what you like and what you don't like. I think you need to have those tough conversations with your partner sometime.
Yeah, I think when people ask what's the most important part of a relationship, most people will say trust. My mind, I think I tend to lean towards communication because I think trust stems from communication.
Yeah.
I think communication's king. And I feel like if you cannot communicate, then it's just not right.